gonna go out on record and be like, the summer, not my favorite.
I'm gonna go on the record and say I fucking hate summer. I hate that shit.
Yeah, okay, me too.
I feel like it's my mentality on it is okay to like summer if you go to the beach, and I never fucking go to the beach, so I always hate summer. So people are like, oh, I love the summer. I'm like, oh, you got vacation time at work where you can go to a beach house or something. That must be nice. Whereas me, I'm just a crotchety old man. Working from home.
I love that for you. I love that for me.
Super hot because I have computers running constantly.
Super. Yeah, it's super hot.
Much like Nuge.
Much like Nuge, who is super hot. Speaking of Nuge, how do you feel about Nuge right now, Carl?
I feel pretty good, honestly. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because my brain is so fucking broken from software that I'm just like, yes, the strategy that I utilized did not work. I like the fights. What I don't like is having to watch fucking cutscenes again.
Oh, that's fair. Oh,
but
God.
I'm sure we'll get to it.
Indeed, we will.
I just can't stay mad at Nuge.
How you doing, Alex?
Doing A-okay.
Yeah.
Looking sharp in your hat?
Yeah, because I shaved all my hair off because my clippers stopped working halfway through, so I had to just abandon all and keep my head warm. Keep it.
Nice.
I'm all a dome.
I feel like I would do that if I
all domed up.
If I wasn't sure that it won't be coming back when I do that, I would have probably done that like over the summer or something. But I'm like, I
know that once like the top section here goes, it's never coming back.
It's a good look for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know one day I'm gonna have to be do the team bald look, but
yeah, I give myself a couple more years and then
same.
It's gonna be bad.
I'm just gonna keep. I might just do the skullet forever.
Yeah.
Got to convince Frosty to be okay with me having a skullet.
Well, we find ourselves once again playing Final Fantasy X-2.
They made 2 of these fucking games.
Yeah.
And this one feels particularly Final Fantasy X to me.
Yeah. I will tell you what, I think I kind of felt like today, the stuff we're going over, and like going onward from here, I'm like, oh, the game actually has like a little bit of challenge now. Like I don't know, I have to think about things that I'm doing instead of just pressing the attack button the whole time.
Yeah, and honestly, that's I've been like waiting for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah,
also,
no, it feels good.
Dear listeners, you might hear my voice sounding a little different because I am sick right now. I have contracted COVID yet again, and it sucks shit. But the podcast must go on.
You have COVID.
Thanks, Incubus.
Yeah, it's fucking Brandon Boyd's fault, that fucker. Anytime I go to his goddamn shows, I get sick. Weirdly, not Claudio Sanchez's fault.
Everybody knows that most COVID cases are, in fact, from Claudio Sanchez.
No, from Brandon Boyd, not Claudio. Claudio is an angel. Jury's still out on Brandon. Well, yeah, what did we do last time, guys?
Well, last time
we convicted Riku of disorderly conduct or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, we gave her community service, so she had to clean up Chocobo shit.
We kicked the shit out of the youth league all by herself.
Ah, yeah, that was good times. The first of what's probably the first and only boss rush in this game, right? Yeah. Surely there's no more of that.
Just push Yaibel down into the canyon.
Yeah, found a locker, shoved him in there. Told him we were the wallet inspector and had to take a look at his wallet and fucking run off.
That's right.
So that wrapped up our youth league shenanigans, as I said, I think last week. So I guess we should go check in on how New Yevon's doing.
Yeah, luckily we'll never have to come back here. So
yeah, and luckily we will never have to ever say this is the Every FNFF podcast. And I'm Carl.
And I'm Curtis.
I'm Alex.
And I'm Carl.
Incredible if true. But yeah, I agree. It's time to go check in on our Yevonites. Bastards.
New Yevon is accepting new members. Sounds like they're reforming. Hope they have the sense to get rid of all those secrets.
I just got too many damn secrets.
Yeah, that's the little mission prompt when we're getting ready to fly there.
Okay.
I like that the mission ranking here is 1 star towards easy and no stars near hard. So I got a good feeling about this. I feel like it won't be difficult at all. So nice breezy time in Bevelle.
I wonder if you come here and get your episode complete and then come back if it changes the star rating.
I would imagine that it would have to, yes.
Yeah, it turns out it's actually a very difficult mission because we have to listen to Maroda talk for a while, and you know how hard that can be.
Yeah, we all have to live up to Maroda's example. For the time being, I'll follow Maroda. Maroda protects Bevelle again, as he did 2 years ago. I have faith that Lord Isaru will defend Bevelle, and other such things that the NPCs here say.
I guess because there's new recruits, there's now like young kids running around. The kindergartens are all over the place.
They're all grown up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, because like there's a red guard, like those youngsters. The youngsters these days will talk about anything. Those slackers, and we find out later that yes, in fact, the kindergartens have exploded.
Oh God, no, no!
I'm glad that Spirit is taking Yuna's message of like being one planet and not need to join, like not need to like fragment and factionalize by being like, yes, we all need to join the factions now.
Yes, let us all go and join the factions.
The factions are booming.
Factions are booming. But listen, after Yuna's message about joining together and being as one.
Listen, Curtis, it's a big tent in Spira, and there's room for people to reach across the aisle, and that's what makes Spira such a wonderful, wonderful place, okay?
As long as the government is infringing on their factions' rights, everything's great. Individual freedoms.
Alex, do you have the Ultimaniac open or whatever the fuck it's called? I will never get it. I will never get it right because.
Yeah, what about it?
I am wondering if there's any credence to the widely believed lie that Spira is in fact spherical when we all know that it is flat.
Let me look.
Let me get Nomura on the phone and see what he thinks about this.
I am curious I forgot to pull up the article.
Yeah, like I imagine it's a sphere. But all that we've seen of it though is like the overhead map.
It's Spira, not Sphera.
Yeah, it's actually a spiral. It's
All right, we ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay.
Is that not relevant?
No, it's good. I'm sorry. I just didn't know if we wanted to get into the Maroda stuff now.
I do.
Well, I am looking up the the conditions for this chapter though, because now that you brought up the thing, like, oh yeah, I do have that thing. Because
he was like looking up, like, I wonder if there is a world map that like shows it as a globe.
There is actually, aside from just fun and aside about the political factions of Spira still existing, they are actually like getting along a little bit where you can actually talk to someone in the Bevelle like temple, or I guess it is the temple, and he says things have calmed down. Perhaps I can go visit my son in the League, which is nice.
There you go.
Right.
His son is no longer blocking him on Spira Facebook, on Spherebook, and all is right in the world.
On the Yevon Truth Network. But yeah, because we spoke to Maroda during the Comsphere, because last we saw him, he was like keeping watch, and then they like the Yevonites like caught up and destroyed the Comsphere, I think is the last we kind of saw of Maroda.
Yeah, that sounds right, yeah.
And because of that, now we get like episode complete. We needed that. Otherwise, I think we would still just be like looking out.
Okay.
But yeah, things are looking hopeful. People are saying like, even if New Yevon falls apart, Bevelle will always be my home. People talking about Lady Yuna's song.
All the world is abuzz about that hot new single.
I do like that everyone's like, yo, that song fucking rocks.
And indeed it did.
It does. It sure does. It has been stuck in my head for since we've been talking about it.
Thousand words.
Simple and clean.
SpongeBob.
But yeah, we can go talk to Maroda over near the entrance to the... Is it like the Great Hall? I guess. What?
Sorry. It's like when Carl like whispered under his breath.
Alex will hear it in the editing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll just leave it for editing. So we see Maroda outside of the door to the temple. He's leaning up against the wall. And Yuna's like, oh, hi, Maroda. Aren't you a member of the Youth League? What are you doing in front of New Yevon's headquarters? Which... a question that we asked him very early on in the game and we received an answer to. So I guess the real question is, why is he still in front of the headquarters?
Yeah, what did he say last time? Wasn't he like, oh, I'm like doing reconnaissance or something?
Yeah, he's doing reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Just stalking his brother, I think.
Yeah, right now. I've been asking myself the same question. Look, and he like points over to his brother Isaru's there. So Isaru is now back from Xanarkand, and he's talking to like 3 of the monks, or actually no, like 5 of them who are standing around.
Well, there's 3 bald monks and one of the lady nuns and like a small child.
Yeah.
I think.
And Maroda says, my brother heard that Bevelle was a mess and came all the way from Xanarkand. He can do what he wants, but what I want to know is, how did I get dragged into this? And Yuna's like, oh, well, you're protecting Bevelle together. And he says, yeah, I guess that's about right. Somebody's got to watch his back. And as they're talking, Pache, how do you say his name?
I think it's Passe, right?
Hey, what you talking about?
We're talking about how brothers have to stick together.
Oh, okay. See you later, Lady Yuna. Kindergartians, move out! Yes, sir!
And his like little group like does their like little Ginyu pose or whatever, and then moves out. But there's just like you said, there's a lot more of them. There's like several more of the kindergartens now.
There's a very long shot of them running past our party. We're all just standing there, and the kids just do not stop coming.
That one kid that shows, I forget who it is. There's one kid on the right that first shows up, and I can never. The one has a cone-shaped head, and I can never.
Hana?
Like, every time I see Hana, I just think it's like one of the guys from Tupperware Remix Party, who it looks exactly like that.
I think that there's, I can't remember if we talked about this last time or not, but there was like an in-universe reason for reusing an asset of one of the kindergartians, because you talk to one who is just Hannah again. And you talk to them, and they're like, hey, isn't this cool? I have the same outfit as Hannah.
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah.
It's very funny.
Oh, yeah, Alex, that does look very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, Riku's like, oh, they're multiplying. And Maruta says, yeah, they've turned into a regular kindercore. Yuna's like, oh, well, at least they're having fun. And then Maruta's like, oh, maybe fun is all the world really needs. Deep. Riku says, Isaru's changed too, huh? And he's like, he'll never change. He goes around playing superhero and leaves us all with the headaches. And Riku's like, I know somebody like that. And she's like looking at Yuna or whatever. And Payne's like, oh, somebody who goes around playing a superhero, huh? And then Yuna thinks about it and is like, you mean brother, yes.
Ha, you guys are making fun of brother. Ha, 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 ha. And Payne's just like, wrong. She's like, buddy?
Yeah.
And Riku's like, nope. And then Payne's just like, well, Riku, why don't we get going? Riku's like, yeah, that sounds good. And they run off. And she's like, come on, tell me who.
And we get to episode complete, baby.
Yes.
Hooray. And we get taken back to the airship.
We get we scored the Scourgebane garment grid.
Yeah. Sick.
Nice. I haven't looked at our new garment grids in a while.
Same.
Well, let's see what this one does here.
We've been just picking them up like every episode.
The Scourgebane garment grid it has mostly like stat proofs or whatever, like you cross one node and it gives you resistance to sleep and poison, and then another one's like silence and darkness, etc. And the picture is the worm.
Yeah, it is the desert worm, right? The one that you can you can yeet.
The one we can shooting star.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the one that's very funny to shooting star.
It's very funny to shoot star after it has sucked up someone, and you just kind of assume that they're gone forever. It's like, sorry, Lulu.
Yeah, gone forever.
Yeah, but it looks like one of the nodes is sleep and poison protection. The other is silence and darkness protection. The other is confuse and berserk protection. And the final one is curse and itchy proof.
Yeah.
So not anything like time, like slow or stop, which I'm noticing because now I have to think strategically because we're coming up on some boss fights that you should probably plan ahead.
I don't know what you mean. So yeah, we're put back on the Celsius.
Yeah, Riku says, you need to spend more time getting to know yourself. Payne says, go on, pretend you don't know. But Riku and I can see right through you.
Yeah, pretty cute.
And then we can start one of the smoothest and easiest side quests in all of Final Fantasy X-2.
This is like Carl said, like those infinite dungeons in Zelda, right?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. Basically, should we talk about the lead up to it? Well, we're going back to Bevelle.
Yeah.
Praetor Barreleye is still missing, but it looks like New Yevon's remaining members are holding the party together.
That might be it. What does it show? What difficulty it's listed as?
Oh, I don't see it.
Whenever I think about a thing with like 100 floors in it or whatever, where it just gets progressively harder, I always go back to the weird battle hole in Okami at the very end of that game.
Ooh, I have not played Okami, but I did buy it from GameStop when I worked there like fucking 15 years ago.
The only downside to Okami is that like if you want to play it a second time, the opening cutscenes are like an hour and a half. Like there's so much.
Luckily, I love really long cutscenes that you can't skip. It's actually one of my favorite things that a game can do. So that sounds perfect for me.
Delightful.
The most memorable part of FF10.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that they don't do that in 10-2 at all.
Yeah, there we go. Episode complete. New Yevon is accepting new members. Sounds like they're reforming. Hope they have the sense to get rid of all those secrets.
That's the one that I had. And that one is still saying that it's easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lie.
It is easy, I guess.
Yeah, the Praetor Barreleye one is still missing. Looks like New Yevon's remaining members are still holding the party together. That was before this one. I was at the wrong section of Bevelle in my thing.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, both of them say that it's easy, so that's just Nomura telling you that you have a skill issue if you have trouble with this part.
We can take the jet ski. I feel like it takes just as long to just walk as it is to like ask to take.
Yeah,
the jet ski.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like it took me a minute to figure out how to use this again because it's been like a little while since we've been here, and it was just like in the guide it's like, oh, just take the thing to get to the thing, and then you'll be there. And I was just like, what am I doing? But after
It doesn't take us all the way either. So
yeah, I don't think we have to do like the full puzzle or anything, but. We eventually find ourselves in a little corner of the temple where we see the...
So you might remember, like, from Chapter 3, there was a section where we had to go into the temple and go to, like, the right room and step on, like, a rune that opened up...
I think that's actually the left.
Well, we had to go to the left, too. I think it was, like, both, right?
Yeah, it was like a little puzzle of, like, you have to activate something on the right side to have the left side activated. Then you had to take multiple lifts and get it to... like align in a way where you can take the final lift to go where you're going.
Mm-hmm. And this time, the right side has something new in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of kindergartens.
Yeah, a bunch of kindergartens. 5 of them?
I think it was 5 or 6. And
Yeah,
they were
about
like real
5.
excited.
Yeah.
It was like, Lady Unit, look, says Taro, the Conehead one. And Hana says... No, wait, no, not her. But Hana, the Conehead one, gets on the platform and disappears because it's like one of those teleporters.
Yeah.
And says,
She says,
ta-da!
ta-da! Yeah, we found it ourselves. And we see, I think, is it Pace? Insane Clown Pace steps on it too and disappears.
Insane Clown Pace.
Yeah, he disappears as well. And then when we talk to the remaining kindergartens, they just say, I hope Pake will find us big treasure. Think those two will be okay on their own? I'm staying put. And then, you talk to one of them and they say, they let me in the kindergartners too. Ain't it cool? So just like, they've been recruiting. Just good to see.
But we go into the next area and we're underground, right? Or well, I guess we assumedly...
Save. There's a save sphere.
There is a save sphere. You might want to use that. It's a 1-star mission, but
Yeah, you might want to go ahead and do that. I definitely didn't have to reload back to that once or twice.
Yeah.
So we're in like it's not, how do I describe it? It's not quite like Via Purifico from FF10.
That was more like a sewer.
That was the underwater channel, right? Where we had to fight. Was that Evray down there? Or?
It was an Everett-like, yeah.
Yeah. So, was that when we were just swimming around as Yuna?
We swim around as Titus and Waka.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and Riku. But then, But then Yuna walks around and fights Isaru.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that. He was like stopping us.
But it's
a
not
different type of Via here.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it has a lot of the same vibe to it. This is a little more clean and a little more almost like futuristic.
A little more simple.
Yeah, it's a little simple and clean.
But it also
has
one of our
making
favorite,
me feel, anyway.
One of our favorite words from Final Fantasy X that we really haven't seen too much of, which is that is the Via Infinito Cloister 0.
Yeah, cloisters.
So we are back in a cloister at last. We've all missed the cloisters from Final Fantasy X.
Remember how like the cloisters in FF10, they got progressively like longer and more annoying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one, it's the longest and most annoying yet, so.
Can't wait.
Delightful. And instead of like delightful little puzzles, we just have to get to the end of several rooms. So yeah. I guess, do you want to do the cutscene first or explain how it works?
I feel like the
first?
cutscene's probably good, then we can dive into how it works and what our mission is this week and in general.
Yeah, we see some of the kids down here. Passe and Hana, I think, specifically.
Yeah.
Yuna's like, oh, where are we? And Patsy's like, and Hana is like, oh, I know a place just like this. And she's like trying to think of what it is.
It's like it's and and Riku chimes in and says far plane, and Hana says, oh, I wanted to say that. They're kind of just going back and forth, and Riku's like, oh, sorry. But then we see a recurring Final Fantasy character, question mark, who says, first in a year you are. And then we see.
And he has like a delightful old man voice. First in a year, you are.
Yeah, and then we see.
This old man looks real crummy. Like he's
got like splotches all over his face. He's got mold growing on his face or some shit.
Oh no, the black mold's gotten to him.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it's gonna get real transphobic. We gotta stop him.
Who are you?
This place was long sealed away until a man named Tremor came and unlocked its secrets. Into the depths, alone he descended. Never did he return to the light.
Payne's like disinterested and like looking away, and she just says, nice story.
Yeah.
Snoozers.
Riku says, about this Trema, and then like some fireflies go kind of like flying towards her or out of her, right?
Yeah, and then Hana and Passe see it and they're like, oh shit, let's get out of here. And they
let's get out of here. They fucking Scooby-Doo run their asses out of here.
Run off.
Oh yeah, they do. They kind of like gear up for the run.
But this old man disappears into fireflies and leaves behind him a crimson sphere.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yummy.
Crimson Sphere 8, I believe, right? The 8th and final?
It's the 6th one. The 8th one's the next one, I think.
Oh, the 8th one's the next one. My bad. I'm getting ahead of myself.
How dare you? But yeah, this is Crimson Sphere 6.
Yeah, we can watch it right now, which is pretty
indeed.
nice. We don't have to go and talk to Shinra, so it's always a plus in my book. Watch the
I
Sphere. I can't wait.
Yeah, so this is like just post the events of the Den of Woe for the
Operation Crimson Squad or whatever.
The Crimson Squad, right? So we have like Nuge, Barreleye, and Gipple who are like escaping the cave after we've seen like all the crazy shit that goes down in there. So they run out, and that voice who's been like the person in charge, I guess, who's been like, here's your mission, go and do this, blah blah blah. You hear his voice go, "What did you see?"
As soon as we went in, they became violent. Everyone. It must have been the Fireflies. They swarmed around us, too. So many Fireflies.
Nobody ever expects the Fireflies. They swarmed around us, too. So many Fireflies. That's Barreleye, who's also discussing this. Gipple says, we saw it. That apparition. Then the voice that's like just speaking to them says, start making sense. Barreleye says, it was a machina, an enormous machina. It trembled and growled like a beast. I've never seen anything like it. Nuge says, when I saw the apparition, it got inside me. It made me feel fear, regret, despair. Barreleye says, same here. I can't explain why, but I felt so sad. And Giffel says, yeah. It was just like somebody's raw emotions just came out of nowhere and hijacked my brain. And then the whoever's speaking to them says, somebody who?
Yeah, they kind of like, I don't know. They look away like they're not sure.
I missed the whole thing about the Machina. I never like put together they maybe saw
Vegnagun.
Probably saw Vegnagun, yeah.
Because I was thinking, they didn't get that far, that they just got swarmed by Fireflies, nothing else.
Yeah, and their commander just says, is that all? Return to the command center at once. Protect the Maester until the operation has concluded. This is your first mission as Crimson Squad members. And then Gipple says, what? We passed? And he says, congratulations.
Yeah, and they all go from being like, horrifically tortured after seeing like all these scenes of like brutal murder to being like, hey, let's go, we made it, let's do it, and they're like high-fiving and shit. And
I feel like in my brain, if I was in their shoes and I didn't know anything about Vegnagun at this point, I would be like, oh, that must have been part of the test, was like the Crimson Squad commander like beamed this shit into our head as like emotional torture, like when like Navy SEALs or whatever have to be like tortured to like so they can withstand it in case it happens for real or something.
God.
But then some commotion happens, right?
Yeah, after so like they're all like congratulating each other and walking away, right? And like the screen, like I guess Payne's still recording. She's not like following them with the camera. They kind of walk off the screen. But she aims the camera at one of the guards who are like standing there with whoever this like commander guy is, and they turn and aim their guns at the other three. And Payne's like, "Oh shit, run!" And the like commander guy goes, quiet, and then you hear a bunch of gunfire.
Yeah,
so it's like, oh no, they were like shot dead or whatever. But like, obviously we know they're still alive, and they keep saying, oh, actually it was Nooch who shot us. So I was like, well, I guess everything worked out in this instance because neither of those things happened. But yeah, so apparently like everybody was meant to be killed in the Crimson Squad exercise, and so after these three got out, they were like, we'll just kill them anyway.
I see.
Oh, and this maybe ties to that one sphere we saw where I think Logos and Ormi were like counting bodies.
Yeah, and they were like, oh, there's three still alive. Where are they?
Yeah.
Did you even count?
Yeah, you pinhead.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, but now we can get into the cloister proper.
Indeed we can. So, what is this thing?
Yeah, we get a little prompt that says, within this labyrinth, fiends will appear despite any special abilities or equipment you may be using. So my
charm bangle.
My charm bangle is no longer useful. So we will be running into enemies no matter what. So I can use a much more fitting accessory now for a battle, because I feel like there'll be a lot of battling in here.
Hopefully one that has stop proof on it.
Yeah, but it also gives us the title card of Via Infinito Cloister 1. So we are on the 0 level.
Yeah, we jumped down a hole to get to level 1.
Right. I think I accidentally did that too. I was just kind of running forward and didn't see the hole, and then just was like, oh, okay. I don't think you have to like hold. Effect. Yeah. You don't have to hold the B button or whatever it is to do the like terrain action or whatever. Like Yuna just like falls down a hole. What was the first floor that you guys got? Because if I'm not mistaken, these are randomized.
They are random. They are.
The shape, the layout of the floors are randomized, but the creatures we encounter are somewhat set. And like the encounter rate and like the mobs we encounter change floor to floor. I think there's even some that I was looking at the Ultimate. There are some that will actually appear specific to like story things. Like if we saw the Chocobo Eater in Chapter 2, that will show up as a potential encounter in later floors.
Oh, nice.
Things like that.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of different enemies here. I know that like you can use this area for getting over souls on enemies that no longer appear in the normal world map.
Yeah.
So you can come here and get those if you'd like. Luckily, most of them right now from like we're only going to be going up to floor 20. And most of them
Blaze it.
Yeah. 420 Blaze it. Most of them here are like pretty easy, but past that 20th floor, like the enemies get insanely hard. Like they get very difficult. So, and they're not like,
this is where Bevelle keeps all of those secrets that have been alluded to. So
that's right.
They are well protected.
We got to get rid of those secrets, dog. They gotta get them out of here. But yeah, so every floor is randomized, and it's usually like a hallway with a couple jumps in it, just going like different directions.
Yeah, it's a pretty basic like floor layout, at least from 0 to 20. But every now and then you'll see like an enemy in the field, like a
Tonberry,
like a Tonberry, just kind of walking around.
Yeah.
Or standing and blocking your passage to the next floor to jump down.
My favorite thing about the floor I got for floor 1 was a floor where you start with a series of like 3 jumps that you have to go to, and the last jump leads you directly into a Tonberry.
Yeah,
but you can stand to the far left or far right of it, and if you're like hugging the wall, you'll just jump past the Tonberry. And I was like, delightful.
It was the kind of thing where I was like, you know what? I'll fight any enemy I see down here, get the full experience. And then when I got a game over here, several floors in, I was like, okay, I'm skipping everything that I can. So I also learned the Tonberry skip strat. I was like, can I skip this guy?
May I ask how you got a game over?
The same way that one of you guys did when you mentioned it in the Discord.
Right.
There's a technically
large,
optional,
like, lizard?
an optional dragon that I could not avoid.
So I actually found out very fast that, like, because sometimes when we drop down onto a floor, there is a Tomberry right in front of us. Like, oh, I have to get by him. But you can just like take a left and go around him and like just hop down into and just not even interact with it. He's like, I don't want to deal with him.
Delightful.
Which is funny. Also, because I was playing on Steam, you can just turn encounters off, so I didn't fight anything.
Oh,
nice.
The most powerful equipment of all.
And also, like, I think I turned on like 2x speed, so I can just zoom through.
Yeah, that's great. I fucking wish this game worked on Steam Deck. It would have made my playthrough so much better.
But there is a section where you'll spawn and it'll be like a giant dragon kind of just plowing into a wall at like a T intersection coming from like the right. And I was like, oh, this is mandatory, right? And then I got gamed over trying to fight it.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I'm down here, and I need the experience. Why not try it?
How hard can it be?
If things start going south, I'll just run away.
You can just run. It's fine.
Just run away, no problem.
Things start going south, you just make a mega potion, and you're in tip-top shape.
No problem. So we got to go into the battle. You get into the battle with this like red dragon or whatever. Its first physical attack does like 6,000 damage, like multiple like orders of like way bigger than like the max HP I have on like a Dark Knight or something like that.
I think he attacks one at a time, right?
Yeah, and I go, oh god, I better run away. And so I go, and it's the fucking escape command is just grayed out, and I was like,
oh, I didn't even realize that. Of course.
Yeah, you can't even run away.
Yeah, I just have two screenshots here. I guess it makes sense
if it's like an overworld encounter versus like a random encounter.
I guess. That's lame.
It's fucking rude, is what it is.
It's fucking rude.
This is a fucking wake up call. Like, oh, you thought this game was too easy? Fuck you.
I didn't see it until I was on like the 17th floor the first time, and so like
same.
Yeah, so I was like almost there. I was almost done, and then I got hit by it, and I was like, "Come on!"
Yeah, and what's funny too is it's like because there's no way to turn off encounters unless you're playing on Steam and activate that. There's enemies like Ochus, like we fought in Final Fantasy X. Kind of like boss enemies. I forget the name of the like turtle guy that we fought with, like the big shoulder pad pauldron things, like the.
The big armored dudes, right?
Yeah, like one of the guys that was like a monster.
Robots.
Yeah, one of the monster guys that we did in like post-game FF10 for like grinding spheres or whatever.
Yeah.
There is Boris, which was an enemy, like a boss encounter earlier in the game, the giant spider guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And there's like behemoths as well. And all of those, not really too much of a problem. Even the Tonberries, I was like, okay, this is fine. As long as they're not getting oversold, I can usually deal with anything on these floors. And then I see this dragon, and I'm like, oh, okay. Immediately he hits Pain, immediately he hits Riku, and they're both dead, doing more damage than anyone has. So I just have two screenshots here, and it's it's the dragon, like only Yuna is alive. We can see Riku and Pain dead on the floor, and it's like about to attack Yuna, and then the next one is just game over with it roaring, and I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah, and that means you have to do all those damn floors again.
Oh yeah. But like we said, luckily it is pretty easy to kind of bypass a lot of the enemy encounters, so it's not too bad as long as you don't hit that dragon.
Yeah, and I think you get to like every like 20 floors or something, you can exit and come back to that floor.
Yeah, exactly. So. It's like Stardew Valley where you get 5 levels in the mine and then you can take the elevator down, but it's each 20.
FF2 is just like Stardew Valley if you think about it.
Yeah, so is Final Fantasy X too.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, you said 2.
Oh, whoops.
I'm looking at the stats of that dragon.
Go ahead.
It's an Elder Drake and is level 62 with 38, like almost 34,000 HP.
Yeah.
What level was it?
62.
All right, when I'm level 62, I'm coming back.
Yep. I will get my revenge on this fucking thing, but
no, I will. I'm going to make a point of it in the podcast. When I come back and kill this thing, I am going to point it out and be like, I did it.
In the Ultimate, they call this like layout with the Drake map E, and so even if you
fucking map E.
Of course, as you progress, like the like on floors 1 through 19, it'll come from the right. And if we go around the bend, there might be another one in later floors.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
And even later floors than that, like I think it says 50 to 59 floors. One will just ambush you, so you won't even see it. It'll just show up as like an ambush encounter instead of
Oh my gosh.
over. So this is just the Drake Hall.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, like this. It's been a long time since I've done it, but the last time I tried, okay. So I'll say this: I've never beaten this area. Like I've never done it before. I've
All
gotten
100 floors, you mean?
Yeah. I've gotten like 100% in the game by doing like 2 playthroughs or whatever.
This is where like the super bosses live. If we go far enough,
and like normal encounters start feeling like super bosses, and so like even though I've like beaten all the other super bosses in the game, I've played this game through several times, I've never gotten to the bottom of Via Infinito. I will this time though. This time I'm gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
I've never done it before.
I didn't beat Penance or the other super boss, but I'm gonna do it.
This seems
time.
like our penance. Yeah.
I will.
I do like that my screenshots as well leading up to this show, like Yuna learning Gillionaire, which is probably something that we'll want to be working towards if I understand the late game grind pretty well, because that gives you double the gil. So if we need gil for certain things, having that is really going to save time. But it's like, I don't even remember if that ended up being the case because I got a game over.
Well, to bring back a classic every FNFF reference, in the words of GMC Faux Show, he is worth a gillion.
We're basically trying to make it to floor 20.
Yeah, and there's some cool encounters. Like I found like the Ochu is here. There's like a couple other like the Guardian Beast, which like looks like the Sanctuary
dragon with
Guardian.
the like the pincer, pincer shit.
Boris.
Yeah, I do love Boris, and I love that it's a reference to the song Boris the Spider.
Oh yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah. When we fought him as a boss.
I think he was like the first boss in Gagazet.
Yeah.
But when we get to floor 10, which is not our destination, but it's halfway there, we end up on a floor that looks just like the floor that we entered on, right? Where it's kind of like
opening.
An atrium of sorts in the the middle of the floor. And Keenock is there, Bobby Hill himself.
Our old friend.
That's right. And the party runs up and Payne says, "Oh, Maester Keenock." And he doesn't say anything. He just kind of like zombie-ishly looks at us and then fades away into fireflies. And Riku asks if he's unsent. And then he turns into a spider boss, like another spider boss.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Aranea? Is that a reference to the song Aranea the Spider?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
By the I was gonna say the Y, but Y is a band, and I don't think they have that. Oh yeah, Y fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Irenea. Etymology.
It should have gun hands.
Well, let me tell you how to beat this boss. The way you beat this boss is
Ariana is a genus of orb weaver spider, just a type of spider.
Oh. Orb weaver, because spheres, right?
Oh.
Maybe. Anyway, the way to beat Aranea is to have somebody do trigger happy level 3. You just smash that button a whole bunch, and then immediately, like 2 Dark Knights just go boom, boom while using darkness, and that's the battle, baby.
Yeah, I do not remember this battle at all. I don't think I had any issues with it.
I don't even know what it does, because I just did that, and I was like, well.
My strat was what I've been doing for the past several weeks, which is just throw 4 dice, get that combo going as well, do a little bit of damage with Yuna on it, also level up towards like Gillionaire and all the good Lady Luck shit, and then have like Payne and Riku fucking finish the job.
Hell yeah, baby. Get them. So it's not too bad. Actually, wait.
It can inflict stop on all party members simultaneously, so that would really be rough. I think...
I may have misspoke, actually. I think this is floor 20.
I think this might be floor 20, yeah.
This is floor 20. My mistake. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. But yeah, it can inflict stop on all party members simultaneously. So if you don't have a ribbon or something that has like stop proof on it, that could be really shitty. Stop is not a fun thing to have inflicted on your characters because you just basically watch yourself slowly reach a game over. Attacks are not strong except for its bite attack, which ignores defense. The stop effect lasts for about 5 turns. can eat a character and spit them out when it's oversold.
How rude.
Gooey End, I think is
gooey end. I don't want to see its gooey end. But anyway, yeah, we get like a mithril bangle for beating it. And it turns into a crimson sphere. I don't know why I thought this was
I
floor 10.
got a stamina tonic for beating it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
I don't know why I thought this was floor 10. This is definitely 20 because this is the other thing that we came here to find.
Yeah. I think there are. I'm just looking at all the different things leading up to 20. I know there's flame dragons, corals, and then the killer hounds.
Yeah, corals are always scary.
More flans. Every 3 to 5 floors, the encounters change.
Yeah.
Also, there's the what are they called? Killer hounds? Is that the name of them?
Oh, there's Chocobo Eater on floor 16.
Oh yeah, I fought one. But yeah, what was that enemy? Is it killer hounds, killer wolves, something like that? The point is there is a wolf animal or wolf enemy that you fight on the way.
Killer hound.
Okay, they're not difficult, but one of their moves is just to do a critical hit. It just instantly does a critical hit on you.
Damn.
And I noticed that like if you get in a battle with a couple in a row, if you're like me who's like also watching SpongeBob or The Simpsons and just smashing A, it's like you can definitely look back at the screen and be like, oh god, someone's dead and somebody's in critical health.
Oh no.
So, but not too bad if you're paying attention, but you know.
I'm also seeing that RNA can also steal gil from your party if it's oversold.
I hope Vegnagun can do that. I hope like some like real late game boss is just gonna steal money from us. You know what I mean? Yo, give me this. Like, what do you need it for?
Fucking stealing my lunch money, dude.
Yeah. But Keenock drops a Crimson Sphere, the last Crimson Sphere, in fact.
Crimson Sphere 8.
Yeah, and so Pain refers to him as a wandering unsent, and Riku goes, "Oh, do you think that there are more in here?" And Yuna's like, probably." And Riku goes, "Oh, I think we should go home now." And she's like cowering, she's like holding her hands and like shaking.
I fucking love how Riku helped kill Sin, like the scariest fucking thing, the scourge of the world. She has been through so much, and she's still like ghosts.
Yeah, I know.
It's like you just killed a ghost. You just saw a ghost turn into a giant spider, and you fucking killed it. She's like, we gotta go, guys. That rocks. I think that's awesome. I love that.
But Yuna says, "No, we should ease their pain," and Pain's like, "Oh, you're going?" And then so Yuna and Pain are like all about it. They're all about like, oh, we need to go down through here and like clear out all the
fucking
unsens.
ghosts, dude.
Yeah.
Riku says, "I knew it." She's all dejected.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there are quite a few bosses down here if we were to do that.
Yep.
So probably good to take advantage of the fact that you can come right back down to floor 20 by going up and saving before you even attempt to move further. Because
it's like Tartarus in
Persona.
Yeah, Persona 3, where like
I was gonna say Hades. I was like, how is it like Tartarus and Hades?
No, but in Persona, yeah, like you go every few like floors, you get like a checkpoint where you can just like quickly travel start from there next time.
Man, I can't believe that Hades stole the name of a location from Persona.
I know. Right?
How shameful.
But yeah, so we can score the key item, Crimson Sphere 8.
We can't wait to watch it.
Can't wait to watch it. Which is literally the text, like when it asks you, like,
I can't wait.
Do you want to watch it? Yeah, I can't wait. It opens very idyllically, like it's very nice, right? It's like the
this is on Mihen High Road, I think, right?
The Mihen High Road.
This is right outside the travel agency. Where
this is where Yuna records her little like message for Tidus.
Yeah, her suicide.
This is a place of good memories for everybody except for Riku, who has just who was just sentenced right here.
Well, I think Riku's ultimate weapon was on the little overpass in the distance.
Oh, is that right? It might have been.
It was Riku's.
The God Hand.
Yeah, we had to use a secret coordinates to beam down there.
That's right.
Yeah, we had to use a secret game fax lookup to find
I can't remember
secret
if this
coordinates.
Was it
I remember being like, "Fuck doing this." I'm just looking it up.
But it shows the three dudes,
the fellas,
the boys. Like Gipple's just like laying on the grass.
Hell yeah.
But News turns around to look at Pain, and like Pain is the one recording, so we don't see her, but he turns around to look at her and says,
I'm glad you're all right.
You're not mad?
Mad?
I kept you from dying.
You can owe me one.
and I was like, that's good writing.
So,
I like
yeah,
that.
that's really cute. Yeah.
That's good.
The opposite of I saved your life. Like you owe me one because I saved your life. It's like, well, you saved my life, so you owe me one.
Yeah. So, and Barreli's like, why did you follow us? And Payne says, I want to know what it was you all saw back there. And Gipple's like, well, the problem is we don't know. Barreli says, we'll figure it out one of these days, and we'll tell you then. Nuge says, well, the Macer's not going to be pleased when he finds out that we're still alive, and moving as a group is too risky. So Gibble proposes they split up. And Nuge looks at Payne and says, your work's done. Why are you still recording? And she's like, well, actually, that's the end of the first chunk of this.
Yeah, Barreli says that it will be wise for them to split up, and then Nuge says that Payne's done, like her job's done. She doesn't have to keep recording.
Yeah, and the camera like kind of cuts, but it comes back up. Like she basically picks up the camera and turns it back on, and you see the three of the dudes standing in front of the travel agency, and Payne kind of says to herself, "One for old time's sake." And it is kind of like a nice scene where it's like, oh, they're parting ways. Who knows when they'll see each other again? Like it has a very like, oh, goodbye but not farewell kind of feeling to
sweet.
it. It's sentimental. And you see them kind of like laugh and like wave, and then they all turn around to go their separate ways, right?
Yeah,
like,
Barreli and Gipple start going towards Luca, I think.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense, right? Because, well, doesn't I guess?
There's like boats they can get on and shit.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
And Nuge is going back more or less the way they came.
Right.
To start the youth league?
He's walking towards Xanarkand.
Yeah. So yeah, they turn around and the camera kind of follows Barreli and Gipple, right? Like Nuge goes off screen and follows them. And then I forget who it is. One of them just gets lit the fuck up, turned into shredded cheese. Like somebody's shooting at them and just gets fucking fired upon, like Barreli or something. And one of them turns around and is like, what the hell? And then also gets lit up. Mm-hmm. So they've both been shot nearly to death, and the camera moves, and we see that Nuge is the one firing on both of them. And Payne goes,
"We never saw this coming.
We never saw it coming." And Payne goes, "Oh my God, Nuge!" And he turns and sees her, and he says, "I said your work is done." And he like walks up to her and starts firing, and that's the end of the scene. Well, everything cuts to black. So I was like, "That's pretty good. That's pretty keynote right there."
It's pretty sick that Payne got to watch all of it happen and was the last one who got shot, and she was still like, no, I think that there was something else going on, and I don't blame Nuge.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, they all say it was an accident. They're like, it's an accident.
I didn't mean to. I said your work's done.
Yeah,
I said you owe me one, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of like interesting because we do hear that about if we went to see the Bevelle's cutscene that they had been shot by Nuge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I assume that was in the Den of Woe when that happened.
Yeah, same.
So I actually totally forgot that
Me too.
he didn't actually open fire on them in there.
Yeah.
So it kind of like I forgot that it didn't happen yet.
Another thing that I want to point out, where did all of this happen? Right outside the travel agency. Who owns that travel agency? Rin. What did we spend all last episode doing? Investigating crimes on the high road per Rin's request. This is like one of the worst crimes that can happen out front of your fucking agency, and he's just like, I'm not going to look into that one.
The crime rates in Mihen are astronomical.
Oh my God.
It's insane.
I mean, this was like 2 years ago or whatever, so who knows?
Well, I still see his name on the travel agency.
Yeah. So when we're done, we can walk back to the teleporter. Like, do not go on once you're done. Like, once you view this sphere, do not continue down that floor because you will just die and then have to do all this again.
Go to one of
back.
the sigils on the ground. Return to the surface. Yes, and quickly, or not yet.
And then
let's get out of here.
Once we get out, the kindergartens are standing around, and Taro says the most upsetting thing in the entire game when he asks how Shinra's doing. Yeah. And I was like, don't be friends with Shinra. Don't.
Yeah, you don't talk to that fucking nerd. Yeah, one of them asks, "Who's Trema? He can't be more important than Barrel-Eye."
Yeah, and then the other ones, I think.
Yeah, Hannah's like, "I'm not going back in there. She's too afraid," which is good because I don't want kids running around in there.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, but that's all that's down there.
The one kid who just got recruited and was all excited, being like, "How cool is that?" He says, "I'm kind of new, so I should stay here. I think." Yeah, like he's just like too afraid to go. I love it.
Yeah, and then Passe wants to go back in and take another look.
He wants to take one more look inside.
Yeah. But that's all that's down here for now. We can go back to the Celsius and get our like Pain and Riku after mission like text or whatever.
Right.
Pain says, Yevon's darkest secrets are buried beneath that labyrinth. I say we go dig them up.
Hell yes.
And then
Riku says, Uni, that place reminds me of the far plane. Promise me we won't go back there.
Yeah.
I love that she's afraid of ghosts. She's overcome her fear of thunder and lightning. She is still fully afraid of ghosts.
Yeah. But that means we have all the Crimson Spheres.
We got Crimson Spheres 1 through 8. We got Crimson Reports 1 and 2.
Is there a 9th Crimson Sphere, or is it just the 8?
There's 8 Crimson records, and then there's 2 Crimson Reports, so I think there's 10 total. But I think there was also one that we had and technically already put in the thing in the first.
I'm looking at the door, and I'm like...
The door has 9.
There's 9 up top, and then there's like one in the middle. So I wonder if there's like 10, like...
But I think when we first went to the Den of Woe in Chapter 1, like a year ago...
Oh, maybe there was one
I think
in there.
we did...
There are 10
I think
total.
Nuge put one in there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there are 10 total. There's just 2 are called Report instead of Record.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sphere 1 is the one below the secret Lake Mistable cutscene in underneath the Bevelle underground we had to go to.
Right.
Sphere 2, I think, is the one going to the far plane abyss. It's one that Nugent Gipple gives us.
That's right.
Same with number 3. 4 is found in Guadalsalam, hidden in Chateau LeBlanc. 5 is on the Celsius in the edge room from LeBlanc as well. Also missable. 6 is in the Via Infinito. We just got that one. 7 is one handed from Nuge to Pain when we like find him near the Den of Woe when you think we first go there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's in chapter 2. Number 8 is also Infinito, Cloister number 20. Consphere 9, this one is from Ormi and Logos in chapter 1.
Yeah, I think that might be the report or something.
Yeah.
What did we do with them in chapter 1?
The footage shows the bodies of dead Crimson Squads. Number 10 is also in Logos's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it makes sense that the Crimson Reports are the ones that Orni and Logos had.
So the reports are from Logos, and the other ones are.
I think
just,
all the records are from Pain. I think.
Right. I do. How do I put this? It's you know, like how like Ormi and Logos are our special little guys. They're like our special little boys or whatever. Like very silly. I will say that like when I keep it in my mind that also they were like the body counters for them.
Yeah, it's like, really fucked up.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Maybe they're not so cute anymore.
I still don't have the whole story. I think, or I just haven't fully grasped it yet of like exactly what the Crimson Squad is and stuff, and like why they all needed to like die or whatever and stuff. But it's like very weird, especially like Ormi and Logos' place in it. It's like
at least Ormi was like, yo, those were bad times. Didn't enjoy that shit.
Yeah, true.
You know
true.
What I mean? Like, it is still kind of like, that's kind of gross.
I mean, I would absolutely go join LeBlanc. Like, this shit, like, Yevon sucks ass. Let's go party.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, issuing correction on a previous post of mine regarding the terror group Crimson Squad. You do not, under any circumstances, gotta hand it to him.
But yeah, so we have all of them. So we can go back to that gate or that door in Mushroom Rock Road and finally open it.
Let's fucking do it.
Oh man, can't wait.
So why does this work?
Huh?
Why does the store do this? Why do
magic?
Sin toxins.
Because of sin.
It's sin toxins. It's fine.
That's right. Yeah.
It's just like I don't know what the like.
That's Machina, baby.
Yeah, no, that's Machina, baby.
I guess Yeah, I don't know. Especially with what we learn in there.
Or New Yevon's like, well, Crimson Squad's a bust. Let's seal up this door and make sure the only people who can open it are the people who escaped.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is that it's tight as shit. So
it is extremely fucking cool in there. So
I love a good like door that requires all kinds of side quests throughout a game before you open it, because you know that it's going to be some serious shit when you open something like that.
I always fucking love an early game thing where you're like, okay, well, I see tangibly how many I need to get, so now every time I get one, I'm going to have that in the back of my mind, and we finally get the fucking payoff.
Yeah, right.
Been thinking about this shit for as long as we've since I first saw this door.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of the 6 golden coins of Super Mario Land 2.
Oh my god, I don't
What
know
a good
anything
game.
about that.
What an excellent game.
Excellent game, but
Going
if
to
you
the fucking
die,
moon.
you have all the coins leave. Like, what if like you got game over in Final Fantasy X-2 and all of the crimson orbs, like you had to go collect them again. You had to do every single one of the side quests over again.
Ugh.
That would be like the Wario Castle door.
Oh yeah.
What a stinker.
That guy, that Wario.
Wario really is the Shu Yin of the Mario universe.
Truly.
I got a good feeling about that Shu Yin guy. Maybe we'll see him real soon.
But once we put all 10 orbs, spheres. Once we put
crystals.
all 10 crystals in the door, it opens up. It like does a little sideways sliding door action. We're able to go in. We get a close-up shot of Pain. She's like clearly stealing herself.
Before we get into the Den of Woe,
Ooh.
we are on Mushroom Rock Road, and we are walking past Elma. Did you guys talk to Elma?
I did not.
Oh.
She's got some cool information. She's standing by a chocobo with some armor on, and she says, I'm reorganizing the chocobo knights. Can you believe it? Looks like I'll be seeing a lot of Spira from the back of this little fella. Too bad Clasco's not around. This stuff is so him.
You know who loved chocobos? Clasco. Damn.
Goddamn right.
I wonder if that's because of we did the Mihen thing that chocobos are now like permitted or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, it might have something to do with that. Maybe that doesn't happen if you accuse the wrong person or whatever.
Or if it's just a continuation because Machina is allowed, so there's just more chocobos around.
Yeah, we can also talk to Yaibel, who's here, and he just says, Lady Yuna, an honor as always.
I was going to say, I wouldn't, and I didn't.
Yeah, but I will run right past this fucking asshole. I will do everything I can to support Commander Lucille while we await Maven Nuge's return. For as long as I live, I will never forget having met you, Lady Yuna.
Thanks, Yaibel.
There's also the little Hypelos walking around, and one of them like I don't know how it happened, but I guess like their walking cycles got like interrupted. So the one is just standing like next to a lady, and the other one's walking in place, like trying to like move past him, but just like forever walking in place.
But yeah, so we open the Den of Woe. Pain is clearly steeling herself to like go inside, and she says, "It's time to face my past. Come on." And we go inside, and it's super creepy.
Yeah, there's fireflies everywhere.
It is just a cave-ass cave, though, I will say. There's no, like...
The mini-map does kind of look like a swastika, which is very unfortunate.
A little bit, it does, yeah.
I guess you could say it's a manji, like in Zelda 1.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's just a cave. There's no ornamentation to it, other than the fact that it's really dark and there are fireflies everywhere.
It's very spindly. There's a lot of different ways you can go. Luckily, we do have that mini map because you can kind of just see which direction you need to go in.
You can just see which one's
and
right,
you can just, and I went down each like different hallway to see if there was anything, like a treasure chest, even if it's just like a potion, like something that makes it worth going down these hallways. Yeah. And there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's so weird. I thought like maybe there'll be more to do in here later. I have no idea.
That's what I was thinking, but there is some like gaps as well that you have to jump over.
There's like rocks you can climb up on that don't do anything. Yeah. So maybe there's something else to it that I just didn't see, but I was just like, oh, I guess I'll just keep going forward. Yeah. Maybe once we deal with that firefly infestation, we can fumigate it. We can come back and have stuff to do.
So when we get to the back of the cave, Riku she becomes afraid and she goes, "Oh, something's coming," and the fireflies kind of masked to show us like these like visions, right?
Yeah, there's like a white flash, and then we see the fellas. And
we see the fellas. Yeah, and Pain runs up and goes, "Guys!" And they disappear when she runs up to him.
Yeah. Is this when it starts kind of doing the like Yeah, does the VHS like camera like overlay?
Yeah, it skips back and forth between that.
Where the sphere, the recording and like the real life kind of gets fuzzy. What's happening now and what's happening like as a memory, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Or if it's supposed to be for like dramatic irony or something that they can see.
Yuna does kind of explain it here, I think.
You okay? What was that?
Are they unsent? No, that can't be right.
Fireflies. I've seen this before. There are places where fireflies cling to people's memories and make them eternal.
Those were the guy's memories from back then. Preserved by the fireflies. Memories.
I think so.
Or 2-year-old nightmares.
Toddlers.
The kindergartens, right?
Yeah, the kindergartens. Then Shu Yin kind of phases in.
Oh,
and he says,
Shu Yin, that old pile of ropes.
Wait, is his name Shu Yin as a play on he's a Shu-in?
He's a Shu Yin.
He's a Shu-in character, yeah.
I'm real sick of this guy.
Yeah, I already don't like this fucking...
But yeah, then we get the like the VHS filter over it again, and Yuna says, Shu Yin.
He's glowing.
We see, like, as all of this is going on as well, we see fireflies kind of get all around Yuna as well, and she's kind of glowing yellow the way that he does.
Yeah.
Pain's like, you. And Shu Yin says, I wanted to rest forever, but the fireflies made me relive that moment again and again and again. And it like zooms in on his fucking goofy ass Titus face and it looks really silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as this is happening, like, the party member, like, the fireflies are, like, surrounding the party members and, like, going in and out of them or whatever. And Riku has, like, a freak out about it where she's like, stay away, no!
Yeah,
and,
he's, like, behind
screaming.
her almost, kind of, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of doing the weird, like, Loki, like, casting a spell on her type of thing.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
behind.
Yeah, he touches her, like, head, and, like, a big flash of light comes out, and that's when she starts screaming. And it also has a camera like zoom in on her face from above, and it's kind of silly.
The direction for this scene is really good. Like the camera angles and zoom in, like they do a lot of like kind of vertigo, like stretched like focal lengths to kind of. It's really.
It's got like a horror.
It's
spin to
horror-ish,
it.
yeah. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on for a lot of it, but like I get the like the fireflies are like kind of taking control of them in a way because like when it does it to Pain, she just like raises her sword at like Yuna and starts like
and we've
walking
seen this
slowly at her.
in previous flashbacks and stuff of Nuge and Baralai and Gipple just all being surrounded by fireflies and then trying to kill each other.
Yeah, and it looks like it's
like the one move that Shu Yin has apparently.
Yeah.
Riku seems confused or like because she starts screaming "Go away" and just starts swiping, but like at Yuna. Like I can't tell if she's like purposely going for Yuna or just what's in front of her.
Yeah. Right. And Yuna says, "What's going on?" And then Shu Yin comes up and does the fucking arms over the back of her shoulder or whatever, and like embraces her from the back. And he says, "You will see." And we see a cutscene vision, and we get like the entire scene that we've seen before of like Shu Yin and Lin being shot or whatever by Bevelle soldiers.
Beautiful pop music, tragic heartbreak playing this time, but instead extremely cool proggy piano.
Yeah.
So I didn't even really catch it because these are like okay. Now we have context for some of these like flashes of memory from the 1,000 words cutscene.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, we see like shooting, getting in Vegnagun, turning on, we see beams, but it turns out we turn on Vegnagun by playing sick, like Phantom of the Opera, like
playing some fucking
this is the
Motoi
tightest
Sakuraba shit. Like,
this is the tightest shit of all time.
I will say that just with like, I agree, this is the tightest shit of all time. Activating a super weapon with a fucking cool prog piano riff. But when I saw Shu Yin just start fucking shredding on keyboard or like piano or whatever, I was like, come on.
I love
this fucking guy.
So
got to get this guy on Zaku.
So yeah, I know. So the
if Sam from Mage Hand was activating Vegnagun would have easily defeated Sin and been
shit would have gone different.
I get up on top of
different.
I get up on top of Vegnagun and start doing chopsticks or whatever. But so it's like you said, we get more context for the scenes that we've seen of Lin and Shu Yin. Yeah, so we get more context for the scene that we've seen of Lin and Shuyin in front of Vegnagun being shot, right? And the scene opens, and we get to see Vegnagun, like a wider shot of it, and I think it's like a moth, right? Is it supposed to look like a moth?
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
When it's dormant, it's kind of like a chrysalis, and it kind of like unfurls and like opens up.
Yeah.
There's like an aperture in the middle of it.
And then, we see so Vegnagun. Oh god!
There's like
Carl,
one shot
that.
where it just looks like Shuyin's head is really small while he's playing. It's like from underneath the piano. It's stupid looking.
But we see Shuyin go up to it, and yeah. So to put it in more, to explain more clearly, the top of Vegnagun, like the top of its head, is kind of like not hollowed out, but it's like a cut off to be flat on top, right? And inside is like a curved piano keyboard. And the way you control Vegnagun is by playing piano. I get or whatever, You're like pressing the command buttons, but they're arranged like a piano. You just get up there and you do the one black parade note, and it just wakes up.
It just explodes, evaporating, like just destroying everything on Spira. It's too powerful of a note.
Yeah.
But Len does come in and like says enough,
before we
right?
before I mentioned Len, I do just want to say, and we've already kind of said this, but like again to make it more clear for the listener, Shuyin can fucking riff. It's insane.
He fucking can shred.
This dude goes.
He seems
nuts
like a
on
real
it.
piece of shit, but my god, can this guy play keys?
And he's not like, because I think like the implication is that they're like kind of like the command buttons for Vegnagun, but they just like also are a piano.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, and he's like really into it. Like he is like nodding his head and like thrashing all around while he's playing. He's like very much emoting into the music while he's playing it, and it's kind of like demented music too. Like
it's like extremely prog.
Yeah, it's consonant. It's not like he's just like hitting random notes or anything.
Yeah, that was my question
like,
too. It's like, do you think it actually matters? Do you think that this is just like the most complex like nuclear password of all time? It's not just two keys that have to be turned simultaneously. It's like entire fucking symphonies that need to be played like perfectly, like in the correct like time signature and shit. Like it's
right,
like
has he been practicing like this like specifically to turn on Vegnagun? Or
like I wanted to fire a shot of Vegnagun like directly into Mushroom Rock Road, but that last part was a little pianissimo when I needed it to just be like a slightly forte, and actually I missed and destroyed me in High Road.
yeah, it's very. I want to know more about.
He was
this.
rushing it a little bit at the end,
It's the kind of thing
he got a little
that,
excited, like a little quick.
The practical part of me is like, this is dumb as shit, but the part of me that like doesn't care when stuff is bullshit is like, this is the coolest goddamn shit in the world.
I am so sold on this idea. Like, I'm like so into it because I love dumb bullshit that's cool.
Yeah,
it's so good. And the other thing is like Vegnagun has a very disgusting like way that its skull mouth like splits open. It like rips open and a giant cannon comes out of its head.
Yeah,
it's like pretty gnarly. Because we've seen before, like Lin and Shuyin standing in front of that cannon, even though it wasn't showing at the beginning of the cutscene, and that's because like the fucking face splits open down the middle and the cannon comes out of it. It's pretty gnarly. But yeah, and then Lin comes in. Yes, so Lin comes in. She throws up her head. She what are the T poses? She like puts her arms out to her side. And
she does the what is it from Dark Souls, the toxic gesture that you use when you're invading people in Undead Burg when you have Dark Bead.
And she says, "You must stop. That's enough." And Shuyin like sees her and is like surprised, and he turns around and like to his credit, he's done playing piano now. He's like, "Oh shit, GF time, let's go!"
Yeah,
and he just, like jumps off of Vegnagun. But following Lin are those guards.
Yeah, and we see them embrace the way that we have, but we see it in like full non-grainy footage of it, and they're hugging, and then we see like a cool shot of like the barrel of the gun just like facing directly at the camera, and then it goes to black, and then we kind of see the one that we had seen before, like the VHS filter again of all of the guys with the gun pointing it there, and then we see Yuna And behind
Yeah.
Yuna is Len. Like she's like Len is like kind of transparent and stuff. So it's like again one of these memories that is just being projected and shown the same way that Payne had the memories from the fellas.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool scene too because like those memories that we're watching, like we've already established that like the memories are kind of reality in this cave with all the fireflies, and that cutscene ends with all the Bevelle guards like aiming their guns like at the camera, and when we come back to like real time non-cutscene, they're like really there aiming their guns at Yuna, and it's like ooh, like that actually is pretty like I don't like this.
We see like the invisible Shu Yin with like just the aura around him, like the yellow aura, like we saw on the far plane, and he starts walking up towards Yuna. She's got her guns out as well. She's like trying to protect Len and herself. And Shu Yin's just walking up and he says, "This is our story, Len."
Oh,
and
it's such a good usage of the "this is my story." Right?
Yeah, really, really good. And then like Yuna just like kind of puts her gun down. We see Len sort of fading away in the back, and Yuna's like face is just like really, really upset. And then she says, "Don't make me say this again. I am not Len." And she puts both of the fucking tiny bee guns like towards the camera, holding them cross-armed, which is like not a good like thing for like shooting, but style-wise, that's cool as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Can I hold my gun to the side, Chief?
And then she like kind of, because like everything in here is like very like illusory, right? And like what's real, what's fake. I think she kind of like snaps to and sees like what is really going on around her. And she is in the position that the three dudes were in years ago, where they were all aiming guns at each other. And we see Yuna aiming guns at Payne, Payne aiming her sword at Riku, and then Riku aiming her daggers at Yuna. And they're like getting really ready to do the thing. But she's able to like back up, realize what's happening, and then focuses on Riku first. And Riku does this like slow motion animation that's really creepy, where she's like being lit from underneath and like has like an evil smile on, and like we're going to fight Riku now. And
she screams just like extremely loud, and the like camera is like zooming out like above her and stuff. It's really cool. It's very dramatic and very cool.
Yeah.
And then we get the cool like slow motion her getting into like battle position, and then we get into a fucking battle where the glass shatters and we're fighting Riku.
Yeah. And this is not easy, I would say.
I fully agree, because I immediately got a game over, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is a mandatory loss. It's kind of like Final Fantasy IV, like the Paladin stuff of like, you know, you just have to like accept, you know.
I just avoided attacking for as long as I could at first.
Just
see, like, maybe I'm supposed to just kind of let her kind of work it out.
So wait until she comes to. Nope.
No.
You will get a game over if she gets your HP to 0.
She's pretty fast, I think, is like one of the biggest challenges for this, because I was a samurai dress sphere with Yuna.
Nice.
And which is not like the slowest, but it ain't the quickest either. And like the actual attack animation for a samurai takes a long time. So you are burning some ATB time when you're just waiting for the attack. Mm-hmm. So Riku can potentially go twice. She usually doesn't, but she can. And I think I have a total of like 1600 HP, somewhere in there. And a normal attack from her can do like 500. So like it's kind of like 1 hit, 2 hit, heal, 1 hit, 2 hit, heal. And then hopefully she doesn't go twice. And I will tell you all, I got down to like 100 HP. And then Riku went. It was her turn. And I was like, oh, come on.
Yep.
And I cannot believe it. She missed. And I was like, let's go.
That is fucking awesome.
The game like had very much mercy on me. And I was like, oh my goodness.
I had no idea what I was walking into. So I was just in the configuration that I use where Yuna is essentially a support character who's trying to just grind AP.
Sure.
So I was using the Lady Luck dress sphere where I had like 1300, like 1400 HP. And whenever Riku would do 2 hits in a row with her daggers, it would do like 600 damage. So I was immediately half HP. And the way that Riku's AI script works is there's a 1/3 chance of a normal attack, a 2 out of 9 chance for her to throw a grenade, 1 out of 9 chance for her to throw a bomb core, an Arctic Wind, a Lightning Marble, or a Dragon Scale. So she will do she'll alternate between those, but it's like if she did a normal attack on me, I was like pretty much the battle was over. Like I didn't have time to do anything. So I game overed on this fight like 3 times in a row, and then I was like, I actually need to use strategy. I actually need to change Yuna's garment grid for the first time that I've done at all this playthrough. I need to put her in something that has more defense. I need to really kind of think about what's going on here. And then I finally was able to beat Riku by putting Yuna in a garment grid that would raise her strength. If you moved twice, I would move her twice up to Berserker, put her in Berserk. I gave her 2 accessories that would be like plus 10. It was like the mithril glove or whatever, plus 10 defense. So she wasn't taking as much damage. She had a lot more HP, and she could defeat Riku before Riku defeated her.
Okay. Yeah, I just straight up got lucky.
Hell yeah.
I did think to myself, I was like, it wouldn't help now because you'd have to like go learn the skills or whatever. But if Yuna had been the one that I'd been using Psychic with the whole time, this would have been free because Psychic can learn like absorption skills for elements.
Yeah, well, so you say that, but I also tried a couple of different strats before landing on the Berserk one. And first I was like, okay, well, I have Black Mage fully maxed out. I can just blast her with magic, and I have the strat with the Ragnarok and the Soul of Thamasa or whatever it is. So I was like, I can just do a lot of damage and stuff. Still wasn't fast enough. Still got fucking owned twice as a Black Mage, and then I was like, okay, I got to try something else. Let me try Psychic. Psychic's probably faster. Got owned immediately with Psychic, and then I was like, okay, let's do the other
Did you
one.
have the absorption skills on it?
No, but it was more so just the regular attack, like the 1/3 chance. So it's like that would work, but it would be very much like leaving it up to luck for it to happen.
I think at least like you would only be taking damage 1/3 of the time,
right?
And then the other like sections,
is that like a skill that you have to like pop off first though?
No, you just get it and then you absorb elements.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But yeah, grenade I think is non-elemental damage.
That's a good
too.
Point. Yeah.
So, and that has a
grenade
higher
doesn't
chance
do
than the
as
other
much.
Ones. Yeah, that does a little minor amount of damage. Yeah. But
she's
how
hard.
Did you fare against Riku, Alex?
It took a while. I don't really remember how I did or what I did. I think I just kept gritting and bearing it and just trying to figure out what version of black magic works the best.
Yeah.
It was still slow. She has a lot of HP. Are these stats locked, or is the type of thing where
I think they're locked.
I think they're locked
because they're not. They're also not in their dress spheres that like you've been using. Like I've never really used the thief sphere with Riku too much, but she starts in the thief sphere, so it's like. But yeah, it looks like she's got 7,800 HP, and her level is 53, which is bullshit because she is not level 53 when I'm controlling her. But yeah, so it seems like it is a locked thing.
Interesting.
And after we're done with Riku, we have to fight Pain.
Yo, we can steal shit from her as well. We can steal a rare steal. We can get a Bushido lore.
Oh, interesting.
Which is funny. Like
she just had that the whole time.
Yeah, she had it and she was keeping it to herself.
Is that like the thing we could have
Shugen put it in her pocket right before he took control of her and took it away when he goes into Pain.
He planted evidence on her.
Yeah, Pain was... I think I made
we get a small cutscene here. Yuna says, snap out of it to Pain. Pain gets up slowly, and same thing in slow motion, kind of starts attacking Yuna. And then
she does a cool, like, during... like the late 2000s. Okay, so like there was a time when like bands were always doing the guitar throws or whatever. And then like there's like what I call the Fallout Boy bass throw, where you don't like throw it around you, but you kind of spin and like throw the guitar at the same time. She does like a Fallout Boy bassist like spin.
One time, my older brother, Eric, when we worked at a music shop together, he added one of those like locking strap locks onto someone's bass, but he fucked it up. Like he didn't realize that he installed it incorrectly, and then when she was playing live and tried to do it, it just fucking disconnected. She just threw her bass while she was playing live.
Oh, no.
I have seen ones, where they just like the guitar just flies across the stage.
Yep.
Can you? I couldn't imagine being somebody who has done that exact thing in real life. Although when I did it, I was not playing a show. I had just like installed strap locks, and I was like, I would like to go test this. So I went into my yard and I did the throw, and the strap. This is when I was living in Kentucky. I was living in a house, whatever. So I went to the yard, I did the throw, and the strap lock came out, and then it went over the fence and into the street. It just broke the neck in half.
A fucking trash truck comes over and runs over it. Then a parade, there's an elephant stomping on your guitar. There's fucking marching band. That sucks. Was it a nice guitar?
I mean, it was the nicest one I had. Oh, yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to laugh at your pain.
It's all right. That's why I do the Fall Out Boy version now.
I understand why you have so many guitars now.
Anyway,
I wonder if there's a way to do it where you spin around the guitar, but the guitar stays still.
There is. I've seen people do it where they hold it up and then spin around real quick and then catch it.
It's like jump rope. I'm going to start jump roping.
I guess he doesn't jump rope, but the band guy kind of does something similar,
for sure.
I guess. Right?
Yeah, hell yeah. I love Kevin. I got a bootleg copy of Pokemon Blue from Kevin. Magfest, because he was throwing 100 of them into the crowd.
That's right.
And then my buddy Dave from Daycare Dittos went up to him, and Dave is the reason I know about Mathaband. He's been a long-time Mathaband fan and a long-time Pokemon fan, obviously. And he just went up to Kevin and he was like, hey, like, can you sign my cartridge and stuff? And Kevin was like, yeah, just so you know, these aren't real cartridges. These are like bootleg ones. And Dave was like, yeah, I know. It's very obvious to anyone
just
who knows.
By holding it, like, the color is wrong.
It's like, Nintendo used a Phillips head screw to put the casing on the Pokemon. Like,
wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Pain.
Yeah. So Pain does the little throw. Her strap locks come off of her sword. It flies out into the street.
I do need to cast a little bit of shade at the FinalFantasy.fandom.com wiki because it says Riku is the easiest of the 5 Den of Woe bosses.
Lies.
She hits quickly and twice in one move, but not for that much damage. That's not my experience with it. She fucking fucked me up, dude.
Yeah, she is the second most difficult.
Pain was a lot easier because Pain was doing like maybe around 200 per attack. She's just in her warrior mode, and I was able to just go into like Dark Knight with Yuna or Berserker, and just like I was doing way more damage to her. And if it got to a point where it was like I was low on HP, I would just pop a high potion, and it wasn't any problem.
I want to see if this is the correct name for the item in this game.
Also, I saw a lot more of Yuna's transformations because I was using dress spheres I've never used with her. And her transformation into the Berserker is very cute. She just acts very cat-like and like kind of stretches like a cat.
Aw.
And when you change out of that, she like... I think they all do this, or at least Pain did as well. They kind of lay down like a cat just flopping down on the ground as they change into their next dress sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds here. I apologize. I want to look up the items in this game. No, okay. So Protect and Shell is always the party. Okay. I just wanted to make sure before I got into this next section. My apologies.
But we defeat Pain.
I was going to say, the way I dealt with Pain is I threw a light curtain, which just casts Protect on the party. So it just like makes Yuna have Protect the whole battle.
Nice.
And then Pain just did like 100 damage per swipe, and I was like, get out of here. And
I was realizing in my like 6th or 7th attempt at this fucking boss rush that I could also do Power Break on Pain and make her like hit even less hard. Yeah. Because if you have that as a warrior, because I didn't have too many warrior skills unlocked with Yuna, but I was like, I got Power Break, so I can at least make her hit less hard. It's so nice. I like it so much, and it did a decent chunk of damage too. But when we finish the battle with Pain, we are back in the Den of Woe. We see still a bunch of fucking fireflies, but Riku and Pain are still alive, and they finally come to.
Shuyin is no ordinary unsent. Seems that way. When he died 1,000 years ago, his feelings became intertwined with the fireflies, creating this apparition.
That word again from the Crimson
that's right.
as
That's
well.
right.
Yes.
Yuna says he's like a dream or a nightmare. So Riku says
that
he must
dream
have
word again.
That dream word again. Yeah.
He must have had some serious regrets for his feelings to act on their own like that. This is what destroyed the squad. Despair strong enough to crush the minds of those it touches.
Oh, we should have called them, instead of the fellas and the boys, we should have called them the squad.
The squad.
It's their actual name. Despair strong enough to crush the minds of those it touches. Despair, again, another one of these words that has been used throughout these things. What just happened to us happened to them too. Here, they felt Shu Yin's despair. They went mad and they died. They killed each other. And then we see again, just Baralai, Nuge, and Gipple in their standoff, and Shu Yin comes walking through, like glowing Shu Yin comes walking through, and he says, "But
this is very like reminds me of like Sephiroth when in the Temple of the Ancients type of thing,
Yeah.
where he's like,
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
like walking through this memory,
yeah,
like outside of it."
yeah." Shu Yin says, "But these three lived."
And then he does like
do
the
like- I
anime
do like-
crazy guy laugh where you put
Yeah,
your
with the
palm
hand,
over
like
your face.
the
or-
theater kid hand in front of his face.
Yeah.
Where you're just like using the tips of your fingers to like.
Yeah, I do really like the voice work here. What's his name again? The guy.
James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah. James Arnold Tayller is fucking killing it. As it like a more serious like voice. Like it's still Titus's voice, but it's like way more serious and it's actually like,
Twisted.
unnerving. Yeah, it's twisted and dark.
He's certainly the dark hamburger helper glove of this game.
But he says, "So I decided to use them," and then he again the anime hand, and Pain like gets pissed off, and she draws her sword and she tells Shu Yin that he'll pay, and then we get the battle glass shattering thing again, and it's Nuge, Gipple, and Baralai.
Yep, and we have to fight all three of them in order.
Yep, and it's worth mentioning as well, after Riku and we fight Pain, luckily we get back to just full health. I don't think there's any status that we can be under either, so I don't think it works the same in this. This part of the boss rush, your HP stays what it was in the prior one, but we have a full party now, so that's the benefit.
And I have one piece of advice for the next three fights, because the next three fights are not easy, and Nuge especially. But
I don't need any advice on this fight, Curtis. I had no problem with it. I absolutely beat it before we started recording today.
Well, yeah, okay. So how did it go? I guess I'll ask that first.
For me, it was just a lot of just like poor planning and stuff, because like the first time I got to it, I was like, oh, okay, now I have like Yuna in a spot that she's not really used to being in, and I have the full party, and I think I just died immediately on the first one. Like
We fought Baralai before.
Yeah, it's the same fight as before. He can do slow on you. He can cast, I think, darkness on you, maybe. He can do like a lot of like attacks that will just hit all of your party and stuff. So basically,
he can do a lot of damage too.
Yeah, I've gotten all the way to the last one in this set, but still have not beaten it because of some bullshit. The main thing that I did, the one time I was like, okay, I have a strategy now. This is going to be good. I have a garment grid that if I go all around all three of them, I get double HP. So that will make Pain much better to handle this because she'll have more HP. The problem with that, and this is a problem that happened to me before, is it also does gravity strike on that. So I did all of that. I got double HP with Pain, and I did Berserk with her and Berserker, and then she started attacking, and whoever, like she was attacking Nuge or whoever, and it was doing 0 damage each time.
Gravity strike,
I think it was the second one. The gravity was not affecting. Yeah, it was Gipple, and I was just like, well, I just fucked myself.
Because they are a presence. They are not physically not a thing with mass.
Yeah.
So
so gravity doesn't work on them.
Yeah. So
you can scan them, and which is reveals a little bit. It says like a presence formed when Baralai encountered Shu Yin's despair in the Den of Woe 2 years ago. His sorrow fused with fireflies and assumed this shape.
Cool.
Yeah.
And also, speaking of scan, that's the gun mage, right? Is that dress sphere?
Yeah.
Good to have, because there's some missable skills that you can get from that.
Drill shot.
Yeah, that's true.
Wind shot.
Baralai and Gipple both have like blue mage skills that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Blue mage? I just call it gun mage.
Gun mage.
Skills.
It's a blue mage.
Yeah. But they're not easy. They like
Don't worry, the bullets will only sedate them.
no individual one of these three are easy on their own. But I think Nuge especially is very difficult.
Yeah.
He has
For a guy who likes dying.
For a guy who likes
he sure
dying,
doesn't want me to fucking kill him.
But he has a move where he like shoots the ground and like the ground underneath all three of your characters explodes, and it does a lot of fucking damage. And he can use
Is he like carrying like a weird lawnmower engine or something?
Yeah, and he can use it consecutively too, which is like the real difficulty, right? Like, because if he hits you with it twice, it could be game over for you.
Yes, and in my experience, it was absolutely game over for me.
And he's very fast too. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
But my suggestion for all three of these is, especially on Nuge, but if you have the materials for the other two, definitely throw light curtains and lunar curtains to put up protect and shell on all of your party. And I threw up a chocobo wing too, which gave everybody haste, which does wear off. It doesn't last the entire battle, but it lasts long enough for you to add protection on everybody. Now, Nuge in particular, I used I think they're called stamina tablets. Is that what they're called?
There is an item called the stamina tablet.
Yeah, so stamina tablet doubles your max HP. So so I use those individually on everybody, and then I had Pain as an alchemist mix a mega potion every turn, whether I needed it or not. Like it doesn't matter. Everybody's full. Just mix that potion. That
was my thing with Riku. I was just like, anytime you're up, just fucking throw a potion, throw a mega potion because we do not have enough HP to survive this.
Yeah, so it's pretty tough. But I had a samurai, a dark knight, and an alchemist, and I was able to make it through with them. But again, all hasted, all mana tableted up, and all that stuff.
I almost was able to beat him with Pain as Berserker, Yuna as Dark Knight, just doing darkness each turn, and Riku doing the Mega Potion each time. And I am mixing versus Stash because I think Stash takes a little bit longer, and in this, like, you really need speed. So I will probably end up doing haste and all the things if I can. I might try hard it one more time. But the thing about this fight that makes it very annoying is that there's a lot of cutscenes leading up to it, and some of them are unskippable. So it's real Seymour Flux energy again. Like some of them, I think, I can't say for sure. I'll have to correct myself next week after more attempts at it. But I think if you skip it right at the beginning, it skips a lot of it. Like the Shu Yin playing piano scene. But if it gets to that scene, then for whatever reason, it's flagged as unskippable. So like I didn't skip it fast enough because like Curtis, I was like watching SpongeBob or something. And didn't skip it. And then I was like, why am I having to watch this shit again? So it's not quite as bad as Seymour Flux, but it's not great. And the run back's not too bad.
Yeah. And let me tell you, speaking of that, the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are really good.
Oh, hell yeah. It's a fantastic show. And it's also tied into Final Fantasy X because of Tom Kenny.
Oh, there you go.
True.
Does the Den of Woe have random encounters in it?
Yes. You can encounter, I think, Crimson Memories, which are, right? They're like the basic ghosts of the Crimson Squad.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
No-name soldiers who died here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just use the charm bangle and then change it right before going into the cutscenes and stuff.
I like that in on the fandom for fighting Nuge because I kept getting like vaporized by his like spirit bomb attack.
The aura greedy aura or whatever the fuck it's called.
Whatever it was, he like does a giant like jump in the air and like what is it called? Is Lightfall, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't even know if I got to that yet.
Yeah, it was rough. It just kind of like does a huge attack on everyone. But I'm like looking at the strategy and like, oh yeah, if you're using the creature creator, you can bring an adamant tortoise, which has ridiculous amounts of HP.
Nice.
It can just withstand.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Lightfall's a doozy. That's the one that just like gamed me over a few times.
Yeah, that one. I mean, it does like thousands of damage, right? Like it's like very, very.
Does it hit everyone at once?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably have to use the stamina tablets. Yeah, Lightfall. I don't think I saw this one.
It's a big
he does like an announcement before he uses it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of quotes. It's like this puppet show is over, and like
inflicts 5,000 damage to the party. Yeah, that's just a one-hit kill for me if I don't use those things. So. Whew, that sucks.
Oh yeah, so when his HP goes below 3,000, he starts using that, which deals 5,000. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the Curtis strats there.
Yeah. Or get auto life or something like that, or get a tortoise.
It is annoying because like you do have to like go through all those cutscenes and then all the battles just to get a shot at Nuge. So every time you die to Nuge, it's like another like 2,000 or not 2,000. What the hell am I saying? It's like another like 20 minutes of gameplay or whatever.
Yeah, it is not my favorite thing that games do. And I think previously I would have hated it, but I think the Elden Ring DLC has broken me down. It has a similar kind of boss rush fight as like the penultimate fight, and I hated that so much. And then after I finally beat it, I ended up loving it because I'm a sicko. So like my brain has been rewired, and I think this is probably bad design, but it is bad design that works for me. Just because I feel like up until this point in the game, it never really felt like it mattered what I had equipped. It's like anything that I was fighting, I could just kind of make my way through. So I'm excited that now I have to like strategize. Like I've been saying it the whole season, it's like this is such a robust battle system that now I need to like think, and like the thing I was doing of like going around the whole garment grid to get extra HP and shit, like we can just do that with a stamina tablet and stuff. There's so many different ways that you can get this, but I do hate that there's like a long run back. There's no way to save beforehand, and there's
I do wish it like auto saved between fights.
Or like just that. Like or before after you get past Pain and Riku, before you get into that fight, like you can move a little further in and there's a save sphere there now or something, like an accessible save sphere. Like that would be fine, but
I'll hand wave a little bit for it though, I will say, because like I think that because we're in chapter 5, all of this stuff is like end game stuff.
End game or post game or it's also fully optional. You might have locked yourself out of this, so like
that's true
we had it because we were following the guide and we made sure we picked up every single thing that are missable. So it's like it's essentially a super boss. So I can't be too. It's not like mandatory, right? Like the one in Elden Ring is literally mandatory. You cannot get to the final boss unless you do this really fucked up like boss rush that you can easily fuck up the quests, which I did, and get the worst possible permutation of it.
Yeah, and I think that if you were playing this perfectly casually, you would do this like at the very end of the game.
You would do this and get fucking destroyed and be like, oh shit, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go and do some other stuff and level up a little bit. And
right.
So, but I think I like this area. I like this fight.
Yeah, me too.
Even though I have not beat it yet. It's scratching the itch that I haven't had scratched in a while.
We have so many tools at this point too. We have so many dress spheres and sphere grids and all kinds of stuff, equipment. So like, the game has given us the tools to deal with whatever we need to deal with coming up, and it's finally being like, okay, now you need to actually utilize it.
Yeah, I'm very much someone who learns by failure. So failing over here, I'm like, oh man, what could have gone differently? What is it that killed me there? And I'm like, oh, what killed me in this instance is that Riku died because her HP is very low, and then Yuna was stopped, and Pain was in Berserk. So I had to wait until Berserk ended on Pain so that I could then revive Riku and then maybe use a remedy on Yuna. And it's just like, oh yeah, like let me structure my build a little differently this time.
Right.
Go grind in the Infinito.
Yeah, exactly.
But
is there Fiend arenas in this game? I forget.
There's the Fiend arena.
Yeah, there's the Fiend arena.
I haven't checked those out yet.
Yeah.
Is that a Shinra thing?
Yeah, it's a Shinra thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so after we win, now the eerie glow of the cave is gone, right? There's still like
thank God.
Fireflies, but they're like not aggressive, and like the whole place doesn't look as menacing. And Pain just says, "No one uses my friends."
Hell yes.
Riku goes, anyways, let's go outside. I don't want to be here. And Yuna's like, oh, me neither. We cut to them outside. Pain says it was Shuyin. 2 years ago, the guys encountered Shuyin's memories and learned of Vegnagun. After we escaped, they said they would uncover the truth behind it.
But then Nuge shot us. We thought he'd betrayed us. But Nuge wasn't Nuge. I understand now. Shuyin was using him the whole time.
Let's go find him, Pain.
Agreed. We've got to free him from Shuyin.
And then Riku is like she's like on the ground, still like shivering and like nervous from like what just happened. She says, not so fast.
Remember when the three of them were meeting in the Bevelle underground? All these fireflies came floating out of Nuji's body in a big cloud. And then they went whooshing into Barrel-Eye's body. So, doesn't that mean Shuyin's using Barrel-Eye now?
Oh. Hey, Riku, not bad.
Hell
and like Riku like looks like really smug and like proud of herself. It's very funny.
Got a few points back.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. Payne says, I guess it's Barrelite we're saving then. And by the way, you'll
I
be
totally
helping.
forgot about that because when we were last in like the far plane, we do see Nuge and Gipple are the ones who give us spheres.
And they're like normal now. Yeah.
And they're like, see you later, because Barrelite is now the one who's like the host, I guess.
Yeah. So Payne says they'll be helping, and Yuna says, well, why wouldn't we? And Riku says, yeah, you've already dragged us all over Spira. And Payne says, thank you. And then we get the episode complete.
Yes.
And then we get our like experience and guild rewards from all 5 of the battles at once.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. That's
pretty
right.
sick.
Yeah.
What's some stuff we get? I took a screenshot.
So I got, let's see if it's similar to what you got. I got the Black Lore, the Champion Belt, a Crystal Ball, Kaiser Knuckles, and Magical Dances, Volume 1.
Ooh.
Is that like a book of learning?
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 Magical Dances books that give you like end game abilities for the songstress.
Gotcha.
So speaking of which, who's used songstress since chapter 1? Not me.
Not me. Not at all.
It's in the cleaners.
Yeah, I have to get that back out.
Yeah, so it looks like Black Lore can be consumed in the Fiend Arena to teach creature Flare, which is pretty good. It sells for 12,500 gil, and it allows you to use any Black Mage ability already learned.
Okay, that's cool.
So if you put that on, and it also gives you Magic plus 12. So basically, Yuna can now be. I'm guessing like Yuna could be any other dress sphere and have
all the Black Mage
bump to her
skills.
magic and still be able to use all the Black Magic, which is pretty
that's really
sick.
cool.
That is like almost like
it.
a guaranteed drop from Riku, and you can also steal a Bushido lore.
I like that when you described that, you said Yuna can be a Black Mage instead of saying any character. But I think it's funny because I think all of us made Yuna the Black Mage, right?
Of course, I've been doing that since Final Fantasy X immediately. Well,
it was funny because I was like, I love how that's kind of specific, but actually incredibly accurate because all 3 of us did exactly the same
It applies
thing.
to anyone, but I'm just thinking specifically of my build as I always do.
It's probably really handy also if you have someone like as a dedicated healer. You can also have them doing Black
Black
Magic at the
Mage,
same time. A gray mage.
A red mage, you might say.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Pretty cool. But yeah, Bushido lore works similarly. It's any samurai ability that you learn. So we're kind of mixing and matching here with these lore items, which is really
that is
sick.
cool.
Neat.
Who has the time to change dress spheres, you know?
When we get back to the speaking of respect points, when we get back to the Celsius, the thing that Payne says is, I did plan to tell you, Yuna, you've earned a lot of respect points.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
And then Riku just says, I guess we better take care of all 3 of those guys.
Yeah.
All 3 of them guys.
Them's
squad.
guys. And
The
now,
fellas.
if you're just not to rub it in, but just in case, you might have 86% completion now. We're in the home stretch.
Nice.
Home stretch.
Nice.
Go peruse through Shinra's little dossier
Dossier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
to see if I get a few extra like percentage ticks maybe.
Oh, I forgot to do that too. I should do that as well.
Just to see if it helps or anything, because every time you boot it up, you get a different voice clip from each character. So you might find some stuff you missed.
But I think it's funny is I played way far ahead of where we are right now because I was like, well, that's just 2 areas. I mean, how
It's
long is
essentially
that going
just
to
2
take?
boss fights. Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm looking at our record time and it's like 2 hours, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So
As long as it took to play.
yeah. So I'm
I
ready
wish.
for the next episode whenever.
Nice.
Yeah, what are we doing next?
So next we'll be going to Jose Temple and beginning the episode there. We're not going to be able to complete it for quite a bit, but we can at least start it. This will be the reason why you don't want to go digging in Beaconell yet.
Thank God. That's been like in the back of my mind for so long. I'm like, we haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. Because there's a boss there that you need to beat twice, once before you complete Beaconell and once afterwards.
Ah, I see.
So, and like I said, it didn't matter. Like, you could like dig around Beaconell for quite a while and you would still be fine, but you just don't want to go too long and complete everything you need to do there. But we'll do that.
We're catching up with Tobli.
Yeah, catch Tobli one more time. And then probably go to Guado Salam.
Right.
That's probably enough. I think the Thunder Plains are after that, and it's battles in the Thunder Plains, so I'll probably go ahead and do that like soon, just because I'll enjoy the fighting.
Yeah.
So do that for next week.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Nice. And then when does this episode come out, Alex? Is
this Friday?
This Friday?
I think, yeah.
Okay, so
tonight.
Oh, so tomorrow, come to Philomoka.
Yeah,
and
maybe I'll be there.
Ooh, maybe Carl will be there.
I really want to, but I might not be able to because of sickness.
I might have the day off.
Oh, maybe, you know what? Come and hang out with the Every FNF crew if you want. Basically what I'm trying to say is that there is a Zaku show at Philomoka in Philadelphia, where we will be opening for Animal Style, who is releasing her new album, so that will be a delight.
She rocks. 8 Static is back.
The other thing is, I have mentioned it wrong every single week. The Mountain Chief show is on the 20th, not the 27th, like I said on Twitter, because I'm a moron. And it is at the Ruba Club now. So Ruba Club. So go to that one.
Also, next month, in October, Stage Clear is back.
Ooh.
Ah, okay. Very exciting.
I know a few of our listeners had shown up. Was it cool?
Do you know who's playing?
But yes, next month, around just in time for Halloween, there may be some costuming happening. But WASD will be playing, Sam Mulligan will be playing, Close to Good, VGM Collective, and Chipocrit.
Damn, hell yeah. Chipocrit's playing?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Chipocrit in years.
Yeah, it's
There'll be a costume contest.
What day is that?
That is going to be Saturday, the 26th.
Of October?
Nice. I'll have to let Frostwalk know.
Have that day off. I am going to go to that. So go to that.
See us all there.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good homies.
You have anything to announce, Carl?
No.
Hell yeah.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for autumn is in the air. I can keep my AC off.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. And now I can go to the beach without anyone else being there.
Well, Alex, would you like to just try fighting that dragon? Because it's down here and the Tonberry's on the overworld. I mean, we're supposed to fight and beat them, so I have to assume we're supposed to fight that one too. Would you like to maybe give that one a shot?
I would love to destroy and vaporize the Drake. Thank you all for listening. Thank you to Noriko Matsuda and Takahiko Aguchi for the game music, the sick piano shredding.
Yeah.
To pilot a mech.
Damn, he does shred on that thing, doesn't he?
I'm just thinking of that one Dexter's Lab episode with Paul Williams as the music teacher. And they're controlling computers and shit with piano.
It rocks. You can do it with MIDI, I'm sure.
I'm just thinking of Shuyin in place of Keith Emerson or whatever. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, just Shuyin going nuts.
Sing for me, my angel of music. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you are listening to us. And you can find us at Every FNFF all over the internet, on Twitter. And if you're in Brazil, you can find us on Blue Sky and Instagram and YouTube. You know what's funny is very, very short aside. A couple of weeks ago when you were like, hey, I'm on Blue Sky, you should come find me over there. I was like, you know what? I forgot about Blue Sky. I haven't been using it. But you're right. That one is vastly superior now. So I have been using it a lot more. Twitter is navigating the toxic swamps and those earlier Final Fantasy, those dungeons where you're just walking over, you're just I guess I have to make it through this dungeon while being set aflame. Yeah. Taking immense psychic damage every scroll. Yeah. It's exactly. Why do I do this? But hop on our Discord. You can stay on top of everything else going on and join the conversations. I know people are talking about different Final Fantasies right now. You're talking about Nikkei right now. I'm sorry. A lot of Nikkei posting. Hey, it's got an Evangelion crossover now, so it sure does. Hell yeah. Talking about our favorite Misato. Ships. But that Curtis, he'll never change. He goes around playing superhero and leaves us with all the podcasts. All right, goodbye. Bye.